Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Let's Talk Corinth. I'm your host, Scott Garber, and today we have an exciting and important episode for you. We are here to introduce our new Chief of Police, Wendell Mitchell, who has officially joined our team as of November 4th. Chief Mitchell, welcome.
Thank you, Scott. I tell you what, I'm certainly excited to be here with the city of Corinth. So I'm looking forward to many years of serving this wonderful community.
Oh, we love it. So why don't you give us a little bit of background of where you came from and kind of what led you here?
Absolutely. My background is I have a little over 30 years of law enforcement experience, that with the Flower Mound Police Department for the town of Flower Mound, just a few miles down the road, but here in Denton County. And what led me here was, one, I love law enforcement in Denton County, and I've always looked at the city of Corinth as being one of those gems in this county. And when the opportunity came up, I had to jump at it. And so far, I've been here a little over a month, and it's been absolutely outstanding.
So what were some of the things about Corinth that made you excited about the move from Flower Mound to here?
Absolutely. First thing is, I knew some of the chiefs who had been here before. Y'all looked a lot at strong leadership in an organization. And I saw that the city of Corinth definitely wanted that. I also looked at, you have a very stable community right here. It's like I say, it sits here in Denton County as well. And then also looking at the population here, it's a very welcoming, very involved, engaged community, which that's very important in any place you go to work. You want to have citizens who are reaching out to you, letting you know what they want, because absolutely we're here to serve them.
It's interesting you bring that up, because when we go to TML or we go to the National League of Cities, one of the biggest things that they talk about is community engagement. And one of the hallmarks of a happy, healthy community is how much the residents engage back with their citizenry. And what I find interesting, especially here in Corinth, is one of the gems that our residents are so excited about is their police department.
Well, it takes a lot of work to get there for any organization. So I'm coming here and riding on the success of many people before me, but I want to continue to carry that forward. And in my background, it's in addition to having community involvement, it's also about transparency. And I consider that something that I've done very well in the past within the community. In my previous job at Flower Mound, I actually launched our citizen volunteer program within our organization and helped it get started, helped get going, and then put right people in the right place that were, say, smarter than I am, that could actually keep that successfully going within the organization. And that brings people from the community into the organization so they can see it from the inside, kind of take a look behind the curtain and recognize that your police officers, they're just moms and dads and brothers and sisters. We put our pants on one leg at a time like everybody else.
We need to make sure not to forget that, of course, that our police officers and our elected officials and our city executive staff, all the way down to the guy that's, helping fix a water leak, they are sons and daughters and husbands and wives, and everybody's just trying to make Corinth a better place.
Absolutely. And some of the ways that I've looked at previously that I want to continue to bring here and foster and bring for this great city is, I understand transparency and addressing crime is important as a police department. But in addition to addressing actual crime, it's addressing that fear of crime. A lot of people will never have an interaction with the police department, and typically the interaction that most people have with the police officer is that traffic stop, that dreaded traffic stop. But understand that in and of itself is very important. Our purpose out there for those kind of interactions is to provide for safety on the roadways. So when you have that interaction, just understand our goal is not to make you have a bad day. Our goal is for safety of the community in that.
Right.
But I also believe in things like revitalizing programs in the organizations, never becoming status quo, making sure you're constantly looking, reinventing yourself, and how can you become a more professional organization? Again, back to the keystone of it, to better serve the community and our residents.
So it sounds like a lot of those words that you were just using sound a lot like strategic planning. So I'm guessing you're coming in and are in the process of putting a plan together for our department.
Absolutely. We're in the initial phases of that. And again, like I said, it's a very good department that we already had or that I came into. So I'm taking the time to learn what we already do very well. And then from that, I will take and begin making those adjustments to our strategic plan. And absolutely, any organization has to have a strategic plan, and typically those can be incredibly complicated or they can be very simple. But it's that roadmap that we use in our organizations to get us from point A to point B.
Sure. So what can we expect and our residents expect over the next year? What will your thumbprint look like on our police department?
Well, the first thing I can say is I know that our police department here in the city of Corinth is already very well respected by the community. So you can continue to expect that. Absolutely. We'll continue to be servants of the community. Something you can expect in our community that we're looking forward is I'm a big proponent of officer health. So I'm going to be looking at some things related to how we take care of our officers. And when I say take care of our officers, I look at their health not only physically, mentally, but also financially. So there's 3 key components that I'm going to be looking at to bring back in the organization, because I believe an officer who is overall healthy does a much better job of serving the community. A few of the things we're going to be looking at is our volunteer program. How can we revitalize that? And we've got 2 ways here at the City of Corinth right now that we do a very good job with this. One is our VIPS program, Volunteer and Police Services. It gives members of the community an opportunity to come in, actually go out on patrols, volunteer within the police department, meet the officers on a daily basis, see what we do. And then we also have our Citizens Police Academy. And our Citizens Police Academy is actually scheduled. We don't have the date yet, but it's coming up next March. And I would encourage any members of our community, when they see that posted on our Facebook page or on the website, to sign up if they'd like to go through that program. Some other areas you'll be looking at that I know the city's has put in place is our traffic units, a newly formed unit. It's a couple of motorcycles that we have. But how can we take that from where we are right now and build on that to, again, improve our traffic safety in our community? And then, as always, making sure that we keep Corinth one of the safest communities in Denton County as well as North Texas.
It's an honor to have met you. It's an honor to have you here in our community. I've already heard some amazing, great things, and it was an honor to be able to sit here with you today. So thank you for being here with us.
Thank you, Scott.
And thank you to our listeners for tuning in. Stay connected with us for more updates about Chief Mitchell and the Corinth Police Department. And until next time, stay safe and engaged with our community.